Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay, and you're entering into this reading today with this Knight of Cups energy, okay? I feel like there is something in you, some gift that you have, okay? Something that you were born with, right? That you really feel called to serve to the world, to give to the world. There's a gift, there's something inside of you, there's a song that needs to be sung, okay? I feel like this is someone who is called to a sense of purpose. It's called to a quest, feels kind of in a romantic way, right? Feels called to a quest in life, a path with heart, yeah. And I think that there's something kind of calling to you in life, and it's your heart kind of wanting to go in a particular direction. This card sometimes is about us, following our heart. Honoring our heart and spirit and going in that direction. Yeah. This might be kind of renewing our commitment to something, spiritually, creatively, maybe even a relationship. Letting our actions be guided by meaning and beauty and sincerity. I think you're following your calling, or as you enter into this reading today, I feel like this is what you're feeling. You're feeling a desire to follow your heart. And maybe you're asking that question, should I follow my heart? Is that going to be a good idea? Is that going to lead me to the best life? Well, let's find out. Let's put the rest of your cards on the table. Got the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is that card that might be getting in your way right now, might be blocking you. It might be blocking you from really following your heart, and I think Four of Pentacles makes sense. Here we have the Devil card. Ace of Pentacles, that Lover's card. And a Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords. Princess of Swords. Nine of Swords, but a Queen of Cups. So it makes sense, right, that you're kind of coming into this energy today and feeling like, I want to follow my heart. I want to go on that quest. I want to see where that path goes, right? Or feeling called to something. It's romantic, it's spiritual, it's creative. It's inviting you, and you're saying, I want to go do it. But, right? But there's a lot of overthinking energy. There's a lot of reasons not to. Okay? And so we really feel like the Knight here is trying to make its way to that Queen, but it has to go through the very challenging air energy, right? So this kind of represents that quest of the heart trying to satisfy its deepest longing and its deepest desire, but having to go through the gauntlet of the thoughts, the gauntlet of the mind in order to get here. Let's select our mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it over here with Tiny Bob Ross. Now, as we look around the room here, we really see two major arcana cards, don't we? Just the two. We don't see any fire. We see water and water. We see air, 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 air. And then, of course, the earth energy. Okay? So again, the Knight of Cups is that part of you right now, your energy. Okay, this is the energy that you're bringing into the reading today. And this is like, I want to follow my heart. I want to follow my destiny. I want to pursue my calling. Yeah, I want to pursue something that my soul is longing for. And again, this could be, it could be a relationship. It could be something, it could literally be like a talent, or like, something that you feel like you really are in love with. You have a passion for it. Okay. You want to guide your actions by this sense of meaning, this very authentic part of you that wants to express itself. You want to honor your heart and your spirit. This is your calling, right? You want to live in alignment with what feels sacred. And I think there's some questions with this card, because just because you really enjoy something and you really feel that you're good at it, you like doing it, doesn't mean you should do it for money. It doesn't mean that you need to turn it into your career. Something you really, really love and you really want to do, yeah, I think you should do it. Okay? But in what capacity should you do it? Maybe this is, you want to follow your heart and you want to be a painter or a musician, or you want to play golf or whatever. Yeah, go and do that. But I think we have to be very honest about whether I'm going to do this as a career or I'm going to do this as a hobby. Okay? Or if this is the pursuit of this relationship that you're after, I think you have to understand, is this a practical thing? Like, could I see myself actually building a life with this? Or is this just, again, kind of something that is more, I don't want to say more casual, but something that is, well, let me just say we have to be realistic about what it's going to become. Yeah. The Four of Pentacles is kind of what's in your way right now. The practical considerations. If you pursue this longing that you have, what would it actually look like? How would it function day to day? Is it something that you would then you would find some kind of a structure, a routine, you'd build some habits around it, you'd you'd make a schedule, you'd make a budget for it, and then you would do it? Would that make you happy? Is this a relationship where the two of you could really build a life together? And how would the mundane day-to-day activities look for you? Okay, maybe we can't see this. Maybe this is just like, well, yeah, you know what? I have a passion for this, but I really don't want to turn it into a business. I don't want to turn it into something that I have to do on a schedule, clocking in, clocking out. Or I really want to pursue this relationship, but I couldn't see us building a home together. I couldn't see us sitting down and working out a grocery list or something, So I think we need to be very realistic. And maybe you're saying that, yeah, look, I could see this really becoming something stable. Whatever your heart wants right now, can you see it becoming a stable, solid, secure, kind of daily, activity? Is this something that you can really build? Is there a good foundation here? Okay. And it's really about being honest. If we see that as a possibility, maybe we don't know. Maybe that's the Seven of Swords in this future position, is us saying, I don't know if this is going to actually work out in the day-to-day. I can kind of see, I know that whatever this is that I want to pursue, there might be a need to actually build some structure around it. We might need a little bit of a budget or a schedule or a routine or some kind of blueprint. Okay, if we want this to be a stable part of our lives, we have to consider that question. How is that going to look on a daily? Yeah, logistically speaking, how's it going to go? Well, we have a devil card underneath the surface here. And that devil card is your motivation. So really that question needs to be asked too. Why do we want this? Do we want this because I have this fantasy of how good it would feel and all that, and maybe that's just it. Maybe this is just a desire that I have. Or do we really do we desire to build something with this? Do we want it for the right reasons? And I don't think there necessarily are wrong reasons, but there just has to be the honesty. Why do we want this? What is really motivating us? It's like a kid that says, when I grow up, I want to develop video games. And no, you don't. You want to play video games. You don't want to actually do the work of developing them. You just want to sit around and play them and get paid to play them. So we have to know, what is it that we really are after? Are we after just that excitement, that passion, that love, and that, or are we really desiring to build something and build a relationship or build a foundation or build a business, or do we just like doing the activity? And neither one of those is wrong. It's neutral. Absolutely neutral. This is the engine of the car. This is the drive, the motivation. You just have to know what drives you so you know in which form this will take. It's like a salesperson, very good at sales. Very good. Best salesperson that you've ever met. But you ask them to be the manager of the sales department, and that might not be a good fit. And they might think, yeah, I want to be the manager of the sales department. You don't actually, though, because you like doing the sales. You like doing that work that you have a passion for or a talent for. It's a different skill set to go and kind of transition into that other role, you see. So this could be, it could be an opportunity for you to kind of level up and become a manager or take a promotion somewhere. It could be taking a relationship more seriously. It could be about you pursuing an interest, a passion that you really have. But being very honest about, in which form is this going to take? And is this really something I want? Maybe you are really, really good at sales or, I don't know, whatever, customer service, right? But you don't really want to do the management part of it. You wouldn't want to manage the customer service department. You like being on the phone. You like talking to people. It's a different skill set. Okay, so the devil card needs to be very honest here. It needs to be that question, why do I want this? In what form do I want this? And let's be really honest about what's motivating us here. Maybe it's like, yeah, I want to be the manager because I'm going to make more money. But are you going to be happy doing that? Is that really where you're going to be comfortable, and are you going to be happy that you made that transition? So it could be that something here that feels very good now, and that you have this longing for and this passion for. It could be that turning it into something more, more mundane is actually it's kind of going to ruin the passion. It's going to ruin the vibe. Yeah, maybe, but maybe not. Yeah. So we need to ask those questions. And I think that's really this 7 of, before we go forward, we need to ask ourselves these questions. With the 8 of Pentacles back here, I do feel like this was the opportunity. This was the chance. This was you kind of recognizing that, okay, hey, I could actually do this for real now, or I could take this passion of mine and I can turn it into a business. I can plant that seed and it can become something, something really prosperous. But I think we need to understand in which form we want this to take. This is a seed. It can still be, it can grow in either direction now. We can grow in the direction of, I'm going to make this a career, I'm going to turn it into a business, I'm going to turn it into a repeatable, routine thing, I'm going to give it structure and order, and it's going to be great. Or we're saying, I want it to grow the other way. I just want this to be a hobby, something I do in a very relaxed way. It's like, do you want to play golf because you like golf? Do you want to do it professionally, where you have to do it at a certain time, a certain day, a certain place, and you have to do all that other stuff that goes along with it? Or do you just want to play golf whenever you want, when it's fun? You turn something into a business, it's not always going to be fun. Now it's work, right? And so this is that kind of opportunity that you have, but you have to decide how you want to grow this thing, which direction it's going to take. Okay? And it could be a relationship too. Which direction are you going to take this thing? The Lover's card at the top is all about choice. And that's the choice that you're going to make. I feel like you have a commitment. You want to commit to this. You love it and you want to say yes to it. Okay? But what does yes mean? Okay? And so it's not that question of, do I follow my heart or not? I think follow your heart. Follow your passion. Do what you love. Be with who you love, right? If that opportunity is there, do it. But in what capacity? I think that's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a question of whether you're going to commit to it. I think you're saying, heck yes, 1,000% yes. But which form is it going to take? Okay. So in the future position, 7 of Swords, asking ourselves that question, because there's something that's not clear about it. And I think other people are having their opinions about it. You're kind of looking at what other people have done. And I think that's a good thing, actually, in this case. Because as you're trying to find your way forward, you want to look at other people who've kind of done this. Look at other professional golfers and say, do I want to be like that? Do I want to be that person? And you're saying, no, that seems miserable. I don't want to be like that. I want to just have fun. I want to fall in love with golf every day. And if I turn it into a business or if I turn it into a career, I'm going to fall out of love with it. Okay? And maybe it's even like a relationship. You want to stay in love with your person, but maybe you're thinking, well, if we start living together, or we start combining bills, or we start doing the grocery list and all that mundane stuff, or cleaning each other's toilet or whatever, that might really take the magic away for you. And you might say, I don't want that. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with not wanting that. And I think the 7 of Swords is us pausing before we go forward to ask those questions, to be a little bit more introspective and be very honest. Sometimes with the 7 of Swords, we're doing what we think we're supposed to do. Okay, well, I'm in love with this thing, so therefore I have to do this. I have to, get the job and make the money and buy the house and do all that stuff in that particular order. But you don't have to do it that way. You got to do it the way that's appropriate for you. The last thing you want to do is ruin the magic. Okay. Maybe you're looking at this and you're thinking, yeah, I want to turn this into a business. I want to do this professionally. I know that it's going to require a whole different skill set and a whole lot of other stuff that I have to do that's just boring work. But it means I get to do what I love all day, And so you might be saying, I'm ready. Yeah, that is what I want. I think this is us dealing with our sort of self-doubt and dealing with some of that criticism, but we need to be a little bit critical. We don't want to be impulsive. And you're not being impulsive. There's no fire here. I think you're being very thoughtful about this development or how to expand upon something. And you might still be in that part of this where you're like, should I follow my heart? Abso-freaking-lutely. Should you do what you love in life? Yes. Yes, of course you should. Everybody should do what they love. But in what capacity? Maybe you do what you love, but it's like someone who loves to play golf, but they're not really that good at it. It doesn't take away from how much you love to do it. It's like me. I love to play the drums. I'm not good at it to the point where I think I can make a career out of it. And so if I tried to make a career out of it, I'd probably end up hating it. Well, that's the 9 of Swords. If we if we try to force ourselves into a particular box here, we may end up really not liking this thing anymore. So you really are in love with playing the drums, but if you try to do it professionally, you may end up really hating it. And it sort of ruins it for you. So being very honest about that, I think, is going to really allow you to keep this thing sacred. And maybe you're somebody, and I wonder if this is you, especially because of that Devil card and the Lover's card. I wonder if this is something that you really are in love with, and you're also very good at it. And so then it might be like this perfect blend of talent and skill and, this opportunity to really do it. And I think absolutely you should do what you love. Absolutely you should follow your bliss and follow your passion. Just be very honest about what that means for you. Ace of Swords is the clarity. Allowing yourself to be guided by that truth. Whether I should just keep it as a hobby. I'll play the drums in my spare time on the weekends. It'll be fun. It'll be passionate. I'll have such a joyous time. But if I try to do it professionally, I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to get annoyed with myself and with it, because I don't think that, unless there's an amazing opportunity for a lot of practice, I don't think I'm going to really be good enough to do it professionally in a way that's satisfying. Okay? And it could be the same way with everything. It may be that you're really in love with somebody and the relationship is just wonderful and you want to keep that magic, you want to keep that relationship the way it is. But then you think, well, what if we lived together? What if we got married? What if we shared bank accounts? What if we, what if we went into that really domestic life? Maybe that would ruin the magic for you. Maybe not. Okay? So it's definitely important that you follow your passion and that you do what you love. But be very honest about what that looks like going forward. Okay? The Princess of Swords here in the environment, and it's kind of like saying, talk to the other person too. If there is another person there, obviously, we're going to have that conversation. And we're going to have to be very honest in that conversation. We're going to have to ask questions. Where do you see this going? How do you honestly want to take this? How do you feel this relationship should evolve and grow, and what should it become? But then also, having that really honest conversation with ourselves and with other people too, if we need some outside perspective about whether this is how do we have that almost objective view or that objective opinion that's saying, hey, I really like to play the drums. I'm so passionate about it. I love doing it. It feels so good. Takes me out of myself. It's a spiritual experience for me when I play the drums. But can you tell me if I'm any good at it? Can you tell me if I should pursue this as a career? Or maybe I should do something else as a career and just keep that as a hobby. How do we get that objective outside perspective? Because the last thing we want to do is make the choice that's going to ruin the magic. This 9 of Swords, this is not what we want. This is the pain of separation. Okay, this is you force yourself to go live with the person you love, and then before you know it, the two of you are miles apart. Or you're feeling so disconnected from playing the drums because now I got to do it as a job. Or golf or painting or whatever it might be. And this is union. This is us saying yes to something and feeling connected and feeling close with it. There's an intimacy here. We've married ourselves to this thing. But this is now feeling like we're being torn apart. So marrying something doesn't mean you have to go down the traditional pathway with that thing. You can do something unorthodox. You can do something different. Okay? And at the end of the day, we've got the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is, I think, lifting the veil of our true feelings here and realizing, what is it that I really do love? You know, what is it at the core? What is it that I actually want? Or what is it that I'm really trying to do? And we have this passion. And, you know, this, I think, is us realizing what aspect of that I can't live without. You know, really searching our soul and knowing what it is about this that means so much to us. And protecting that sense of purpose or that deeper meaning. And not feeling pressured into, you know, conforming to the expectations. This is kind of like, this is us protecting and cherishing that thing that we're passionate about, that gift, that calling, that yearning, that longing, that love. Okay? And so I feel like this is the future you. Looking back at right now and being very happy that you made the decisions that you made. Because see, we want this knight. The knight is looking at the future. Should I pursue this thing I love? Should I follow my bliss? And this is your future self saying, did I follow my bliss? Did I follow my passion? Did I pursue my own happiness? And I think that these two cards are coming together and you're saying, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to follow my bliss. I'm going to pursue my happiness. And then I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be blissful because I've pursued that. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it in the traditional way or the orthodox way or the conformed, way. You do it in the way that's actually going to make you happy. Pursuing my bliss of playing the drums doesn't mean that I have to get into a band, I have to learn all these songs, I have to play professionally, I have to go do studio sessions, or I have to go on tour and, stuff like that. I don't have to do those things. Well, yeah, maybe those are not the parts of it that I actually like. Okay, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe I don't actually like playing drums. What I like is being on stage and, rocking out, being a rock star or something, right? Maybe that's that's the different thing, you see. So I feel like you are definitely going to pursue this. But in what capacity and what results and in what form it's going to take, that's where we need to put in a lot of thought. And we have to really be honest about what aspect of this we actually really like and love and want. What part of it actually makes us happy. Because that's going to help us determine how we're going to get from here to there. Now let's look at the mystery card. It's got to be the Empress, right? Or it's got to be a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, maybe. Maybe you're one of the rare few who you're passionate about something and you're actually very, very good at it, and there's the opportunity to make money. I wonder if this is saying that, look, you're passionate about something, there is an opportunity for you to do it professionally, or to do it domestically, or to move in with the person. And you're just thinking, oh yeah, let's do that. Wait a minute. Is that going to really is that going to take the luster off of this thing? Yeah. Is that 4 of Pentacles a good thing or a bad thing? Is it helping you or is it hindering you? And you have to be very honest. Maybe you're just saying, no, I don't want to live with you. If we live together, that's going to ruin the relationship. I don't want to play drums professionally. No, that's going to ruin the relationship. I think there's an opportunity right now, and that's why these cards are overlapping. There's an opportunity for you to take your passion and do it in a more formalized or a more routine type of structure, a more domesticated form. Well, what is the mystery card going to be? Let's see. The Sun card. The Sun card is clarity. The Sun card is you knowing yourself well enough, right, to make the right decision here. And maybe you're saying, you know what? I don't want to do it for money. I don't want to do it professionally. I don't want to move in. I don't want to do the practical, mundane, routine kind of thing. No, I want to just stay in the emotion, stay in the magic. But either way, okay, so the thing is here, we know how the water energy continues. We know that the knight goes to the queen. But with the earth energy, we start with the ace, we get to the 4, but we don't know where it goes from there. The Sun is saying, you know where it goes. This is going to be very successful, very joyous, very happy. But I don't know what form it's going to take. That's where your mind is saying, wait a minute, hit the brakes. How far are we letting the earth energy go? Does the ace become the 4, become the 10? Or no? Maybe this is your mind is stopping the earth energy from growing and saying, no, we're not going to move in together. No way, I'm not going to try to do it professionally. I'm not going to do it in some serious, formal, kind of ritualized way. I want to do it spontaneously. I want to do it when I feel like it. I want to do it at nights and weekends, you know? I don't want to do it as a job. Yuck. You know, the Sun is you having that revelation and knowing yourself well enough to determine how this earth energy is going to grow and what direction this is going to take. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. Click on the link in the corner or the link in the video description. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.